Hi YouTube, Fuzz here, welcome back to Final Fantasy IX, our perfect Excalibur II series. And before we get started today, I just wanted to show off the fact that we now have 10 promised rings in our inventory. And this is because we took the auction detour in Trino. So this is a rare sight to behold because we looted a promised ring in the last episode which gave us number 10. But normally, if you loot that before already having 9, then you cannot get any more than 9 because of the way those auctions work. But because we did all those auctions beforehand, we were able to get to number 10, so whoop-de-doo-dah. Anyway, that's a little bit of showing off done for today, so let's get on with the episode. Once again then guys, I think I'll break today up into mini sessions when we get to the save points, since that seems to be working well, gives you a good frame of reference as to when you can take breaks and that throughout the episode if you wish to do so. So we're going to enter the place known as Esto Gaza, and we're just going to go straight into the main buildings as soon as we get control of Zidane here. And then we're going to be greeted by some scenes, so we'll speed up the action while we button mash through them. And we'll get a bit of a flashback as well to not so long ago. And if you didn't see, one of those black mages was carrying a good friend of ours. Right, so we're going to start by heading over to the right hand side here, and we're going to purchase some missable items, or a few others that we're not going to buy yet due to the fact that we won't have enough gil. But if you've done exactly what I've told you to do in terms of how much to spend at the auctions and that at Trino, then you should have at least 134,000 at this point. So you want to buy 2 flame sabers, 2 heavy lance, 2 scissor fangs, 1 silver fork, where are you? There we are. A jade armlet, 5 black hoods, 7 judo uniforms, and 3 gold armour. That'll leave you with about 30,000 gil, 31,000 gil at that point. And now we're just going to head out the back here and sort out our party with our equipment and what have you. So the exploder for Zidane's weapon, the black hood for him, the thief gloves, hopefully you got those at auction, chain plates and a lapis lazuli, we should have 2 of those. Okay, Freya next, and we're going for the oak staff, the magic armlet, silk robe, and running shoes. Right, Freya, we're going to change her equipment out to the heavy lance, the cross helm, thunder gloves, shield armour, and finally the second lapis lazuli. And then we have Amaranth, who's just going to have the scissor fangs, we brought 2 of those a moment ago, a jade armlet, a brigandine, and a power belt. And then we're just going to sort their abilities out. Distract for Zidane, Master Thief, ability up, and bandit. You should already have bandit on. Yep. Right, Amaranth is going to want add status and ability up. Viv is just going to want auto haste. And then finally, Freya is going to want accuracy plus, distract, take MP attack off, and bird killer. Add status and ability up, and we are sorted. I'm not the fastest at changing abilities and whatnot, but we make that time up elsewhere. Before we save, we just need to do Mognet. And then we need to read a letter and accept the letter. Yes, we'll do that, and then we can go ahead and save, bringing us to the end of our first little mini session of today. Okay, we're going to start by heading over to the right then, and this will take us into a new area once we head through this door up here anyway, called Mount Gulug. And we are going to do what we need to do here, but we're also going to collect all the optional treasures as well, as you would expect, since this is the perfect walkthrough thingy-majig. And we're going to start by heading into the building on the left. So there's some gill here in this corner, or pot. Or just next to it, actually. Quite a nice amount, we'll definitely want to pick that up. And then up the ladder we go. And just over here there's an ether we can grab. And then we're going to head through the door thing, I guess, on the left. And down the ladder. Now, it looks like there's nothing down here. But that's not the case at all. Over here there's a red hat. And we're going to immediately go ahead and equip that on our good pal Amaranth. Yes, we do have a space for Vivi to have a hat as well. We're going to go and get him one. So once we've got those first 3 items, including the gill, we're going to head back to the start of this area. And then we're going to enter the right house here and just make our way all the way through. There will be a little interruption. And here there's a rope that we can climb down, but before we do that, we're going to take another brief detour and jump up here. And through this door here, and there's another chest we can pick up. Oh, a little bit of lag, 1 sec. I don't know why, but since I've been using OBS Studio, which a lot of people recommended to me, it's been a bit annoying because just randomly, when I'm recording, I start getting lag, input lag, where I'm pressing controllers on my keys on my controller and they're not doing anything until like at least a second later, and it just makes the games unplayable until I restart OBS. So I might just go back to the Elgato software. Anyway, once we've gone ahead and done that, looted the golden hairpin, we're going to equip it immediately onto Vivi. And then just make our way back to where we came from. This time we are going to go down that rope. So we'll jump down here first. And just go over to this corner. And that'll give you access to the rope. Well, at the bottom, this is red lever. So we're going to go ahead. And what we want to do is pull down on it 3 times. There we go. And then make our way over to the right. And in here we're going to grab another item, a wind edge, and then we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of magnet. So we're going to give a letter to Mulan here. But then we're also going to accept a letter as well. And that's it. We'll save and bring us to the end of our second mini session. Okay, next up then we're going to exit this house to the right here. And we're going to just follow the path around, and eventually, it is quite a long path, so you're probably going to get stuck at times. Just make sure you've got safe travel active if you're able to have that on. Otherwise you will have to face some random enemy encounters here. But go to the end of the path and you'll be able to pick up a Gaia gear. At which point, as we head back, we're going to be ambushed by our first forced encounter of today's session, and it's a little bit annoying, so be prepared to be patient with it. Okay, so here we have a battle against 2 red dragons, and because it's a forced enemy encounter but isn't a boss fight, we need to avoid the experience, which means we can't just do flat damage. So what you want to do is cast stop on these guys, and also use Amaranth and Freya to try and paralyse them. You want to end the battle by any of those means, and so just spread your attacks out over both dragons so that you have a chance of stopping both of them in the first round if possible. As is the case here. I think this was my 10th attempt on these guys, and I had a whole string of bad luck followed by a little bit of good luck here, since Vivi was able to stop both of them on his first attempt in this particular battle. And that's obviously the ideal way, that's what you want to see. But just try and get it done as quickly as you can, really. And since that's a bit of an annoying battle, we're going to head back to the save point now, back to Mulan, and we're going to finish up with this as our next mini session. So we'll go and save. And if you enjoyed that last battle, well, I've got you covered because we've got another one coming up right now. So go down this rope here, and at the bottom we're going to face off against another 2 of those red dragons. Exactly the same strategy. Try and get them stopped, paralysed, or whatever the case is, as quickly as possible. Don't use your Dan for anything except for Felix damage if need be. So we only got 1 stop off that time, but hopefully Freya here is going to do the trick, and she does. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so now we've done the second battle. We have got 1 more battle with Red Dragon coming up, but there's only 1 in the final one, so it's not as bad. Okay, so after that we're going to just use the rope. We'll be back down here a little bit later, but at least that battle's out of the way now. So we're going to make our way back up the rope, and we're going to head over to the left-hand side this time. Don't worry, we are going to save, but there's another Moogle to do so at. So there's actually 2 buildings over on the left. The second could be a little hard to see, but it's just through there where I went, as you saw. And we're just going to pop in here to grab the demon mail from the chest. And then we're going to pop back out and enter into the obvious door. And here we can head up the stairs to see our next Moogle friend. And we do have a letter to deliver from Mulan. And then we can go ahead and save and finish up our next mini session. Now then, for this next mini session, we're just going to go and fight that final red dragon. So exit through the door by the Moogle here at the top of the stairs. And you'll come into a room here with a chest, but you can't access the chest until after the battle, because we are ambushed. And it's the same strategy, just get stop and attacks going with Vivi. Stops going with Vivi and attacks going with Max and Freya. And hopefully, since there's only 1 of them, we should get this battle over with in the first round. Right, so after the fight, don't forget to grab the chest before we make our way back to the save Moogle. And we are going to make quite a few equipment changes here. So this is what we're going to do. Just going to get straight down to the Moogle first, though, so that we're in the right place. These stairs can be annoying, I found, to manoeuvre around. There we go. Okay, so make sure that Freya and Amaranth are both in the front row. They should be already, at least they are for me. And then you're going to remove Vivi's gear completely. Since he's not going to be in the next fight, he's going to be replaced. And then for the other characters, you're going to want to sort Amaranth out first, because we're going to need his red hat for Zidane. So you're going to replace Amaranth's red hat with the green beret, and then make sure he has the jade armlet, replace his brigandine with the chain plate, and give him the black belt. Okay, next up then, I'll do Freya, and we're going to give her the Holy Lance, a mithril helm, the diamond gloves, keep the shield armour on, and a power belt. And then finally, of course, we have Zidane himself, We're going to give him the red hat that we've just taken off Amaranth, keep the Thief's gloves on, give him the Brigandine as well, and then finally the Reflect ring. In terms of abilities then at this point, Zidane's going to want MP attack, Devil Killer, ability up, and antibody. For some strange reason, I don't have antibody. I guess I never learned it when we were supposed to, since we've avoided a lot of the random enemy encounters. That will probably explain that. Okay, we can also give Distract, which I will do in a moment, although that is optional. Right, for Amaranth then, MP attack, Devil Killer, and ability up are going to be your abilities of choice here. And then for Vivi, it doesn't matter for him because he's not going to be in the battle. For Freya, MP attack, Devil Killer, ability up, and antibody again. Right, and then since we had some of the magic points, magic stones remaining, cover distracts will go a long way as well. Okay, now we can save up, having killed that other red dragon, and finish up the next mini session. We've got a boss fight coming up next, so hopefully this will be a fun one for you. So it's actually quite easy once you do what I'm going to tell you to do. I did actually have many attempts on it, which were really annoying. In the end, I just used the quad 9 damage guaranteed with every attack toggle, and it did the trick just fine, as you'll see. This first battle, which Ico goes in solo, is just a story battle. You don't even select anything, so just watch it and enjoy it. Now this is the real battle, and it kept doing an AoE virus attack on me immediately before I had all of my characters having chance to attack, which was, you know, really frustrating. I must have done this attempt, so I'm not going to guess how many attempts at this boss I had, because it's human nature to exaggerate, but it felt like a heck of a lot. So in the end, I've just gone for the quad 9 guaranteed damage with every attack, and it does the job. It's just fine. Just make sure you toggle the battle assist on and off at the pause menu, so that all your ATB gauges are filled, but you won't have to put up with the trance animations. And we get a nice amount of AP for this fight. And after that battle, it's literally just getting through a bunch of scenes until we take control again back at Lindblom Castle. And there we have it then, folks. All that's left to do today is to head back up these stairs here in the guest room and sort out our magnet. We do have a letter to pick up here. And then we can go ahead and save. And that finishes us up for today's section, which was D3-08. And let's just save and then have a look at the time here. I didn't actually, save much time in all honesty, but we're still ahead of schedule at 8 hours 52 minutes 52 seconds. The target time at the end of this episode is 9 hours and 12 minutes and 20 seconds, so we're still 15 minutes ahead of schedule, closer to 16 minutes actually. So thanks for stopping by today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Don't forget to leave a like if this episode helps you, and I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy IX. Look forward to it.